Very quickly, before we rewind 19 years, I mean, we will rewind 19 years, but I just want to say, I was discussing this with members of the media earlier this evening, and they said, what do you do for the girls, apart from mentoring them for a contest, how does that leave them, the girls that don't make it to the top 3 on that final night, what happens to them? So to be really honest, I think for me, with the Times of India group, I have been around here for so long that I have seen within the organization, entire teams grow, begin, finish their journeys, new people come in, new blood, new idea, new thoughts. And within the Times of India, I think the whole idea, apart from just conducting a contest that chooses a winner and looking at it as a business, we also create an incredible ecosystem for these girls who win, for even former pageant title holders. It's about creating an ecosystem of a sisterhood, where women, regardless of whether they win internationally or not, they have a safe place. They have some place to call home, where you can actually come in regardless of what your life experience has been, and share that, and exchange ideas, and lean on each other. And it's amazing to be part of that ecosystem. Natasha here, by the way, is my biggest diva, and I say this with all my love. I've seen this girl come into the Times of India, become this incredible vocal voice. She spends a lot more time with these ladies than I do, and they're terrified of her, which is great because she rules over them like a true diva. So she's really somebody that they kind of look up to and want to emulate.
The word is biggest. Biggest
no.
diva, yeah?
Rohit, unfortunately, is our one man who's had to deal with all the divas that he's created. Including the one that he puts in charge. So, we have, as you can see, this is a family that's been there, and a relationship that's been there for years. And we're looking at building that, starting, of course, with this year in 2020 with Liva. But please, welcome, and I promise you, it's going to be a lot of fun. And so 19 years ago, 3 title holders, 3 winners that went out internationally, threw up a Hail Mary, and came home with 3 titles.
I think the Times of India used that picture of yours where there's a teardrop falling right here, and you're getting crowned as Miss Universe. And that picture, I can't forget, ever. So,
but like you said, it's going to be 20 years. I feel like it was somebody else's life. I feel like that happened to somebody else entirely. Because you either move with the times or you just get stuck and stagnate. But yeah, I think, like you said, we say it every year, but how wonderful would it be for another title holder to come back?
God willing, fingers crossed. I hope this year marks it. And next year, of course, just a double whammy. I just hope that happens for us at Miss Universe, at Miss Supranational. Thank you so much, Lara, for being here. Seriously, it really means a lot. I want to pose a question to Rajiv. Rajiv, this is the first year with Liva, and I want to understand from you, why has Liva associated with Miss Diva?
Well, first of all, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Lara, and thank you, Times of India, for making us part of that family, and we are extremely excited.
You're welcome, and always welcome.
Thank you. Brand Liva encourages the women of today to be uninhibited, unrestrained, confident, poised. These are perhaps the exact qualities that are required to be a Miss Diva. And I think this is a symbiotic relationship. And we really hope that this will go a long way.
We're hoping that too, sir. We're hoping that too. You better make it happen again, okay? No, really, I think it's an amazing marriage, and it's just a seamless fit. And the terminologies that we've seen the brand Liva hold, or the features that it has, it's completely a seamless fit with Diva. So thank you so much. Can we please give it up for Liva and Rajiv, please? Rajiv, if you could, could you pass the mic to Mr. Rohit Kumar as well? Hello, Rohit. How are you?
I'm sitting in office today.
Okay, it's really odd for me to call him Rohit because he's my boss. So yeah, so I have to really be prim and proper now. Yeah. So Rohit, how important is this partnership, this beauty pageant of Miss Diva with the brand like Liva for you?
Good evening, people. Thank you so much on behalf of the Times Group to be part of this best con and also beginning of a new journey for us. Before I get into the importance of a partnership, what I would like to say, in my 26 years of career through media, I have never ever had a partner on any property of mine which rhymed like a poem. Liva is Diva. Okay, so I think there itself we started off a very good, I think partnership on a great note, because we could have asked for somebody, like a Liva kind of a brand to be partnering with us, especially somebody who's into new age, garment, as I will call it, or the fabric as I call it. And I think we also are evolving ourselves. And I think this part of the journey also will be very good. So just to tell you about partnerships, success is built on partnerships. Throughout all our events, be it the group events like Film Fair, Mirchi Music Awards, we are in this for a long haul. And for us, the travel and the distance is a lot. So some, co-travelers, partners, we look forward to, they come to us because they also feel that their objectives are fulfilled. And during that journey, couple of years or maybe a decade, we would like to make sure that through our events, their objectives are met. That's the importance of partnerships.
Great, thank you so much. Can we please give it up for Mr. Rohit Gopakumar? I'm going to request Rajiv to pass the mic to Shrishti, please. Shrishti, apart from the rhyming of Liva and Diva, before, of course, we throw the floor open for media questions, how does Liva complement Diva?
Good evening, everybody. Natasha, it's good that you asked me this question because it's the thought that I've been carrying ever since we started talking about partnering. Lara, you mentioned about 19 years. I think in the 20th year, it doesn't feel like this is the first year for Liva to come together. It is so much in the flow. Whatever we have seen with all these years and the girls, one spirit that unites every one of them is being fearless. Being fearless interpreted as living in their own flow. Living in the flow of the universe and not worrying about anything. Just being yourself. So I honestly feel that the compliment is so natural that it really doesn't feel like it's year one. And honestly, from our side, I think it's a partnership also which we intend to look at for a longer time. And it's not just like one year knee-jerk sponsor kar diya ho gaya. It's a philosophy that I believe that will carry us forward and hopefully see us getting the title this year.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you, Shrishti. Thanks a lot. Let me give it up for, come on.
Natasha, I just want to say something.
Yes.
I forgot to say this. In my first job, I was again back in TUI, my media beginnings in Bangalore. And Lara also is from Bangalore. So, incidentally, I used to also that time handle the Femina Miss India locally in Bangalore. I remember there's this girl who walks into office to come and submit her portfolio to take part for Miss India. I mean, that kind of silence in office I've never ever felt in my life. There's this woman who walks in, and the whole floor goes like that. She comes, leaves the portfolio, says bye, and she leaves. For 20 minutes, nobody speaking. I really hope this year, somebody walks into our auditions like that, and all of us are like awestruck. The thing is, I'm not able to meet somebody like that, so I keep telling Lara, find one more Lara.
Wish we could have many more Laras, really. I totally agree with that. In fact, this marriage, I hope, which is arranged, and we stay arranged and fall in love with each other. So I hope this partnership continues. Liva, thank you so much. Members of Liva present here. Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw our promo and the ad, which is going to be hitting all media panels tomorrow. It's a first release for you. I hope you like the brand promo and the ad. I think it's a partnership that we put this effort together. Thank you for all the members who made it possible, who produced that, who directed it. Thanks so much for being here and thanks for making it happen. Can we give it up for all the hard work that is put together? in creating that from the Liva team, from the Times of India, and all the partners who we had here. Thank you so much. We're going to keep the floor open for questions for our bloggers, our media, people who are present here today. So feel free to ask anything you like besides my phone number, all right? Okay,
So ask for that first.
Right. Can we please pass around the mic? And we all are really hungry, so let's just ask the questions and then head for dinner. Anybody, please raise your hands and we can just go ahead. You have the mic with you? There.
Hi, good evening everybody. My question is to Lara ma'am. I want to ask you, how do you keep yourself confident and calm before hitting the ramp?
Years of practice. No, but I think, to go back and rewind many years, I started modeling when I was 16 years old. So of course, every single time that you step on the ramp, even now, a lot of times we're asked to be showstoppers, but you're always nervous. And I think that little bit of butterflies in your stomach is great. I think it's fantastic. I don't ever want to lose that feeling because it really keeps you just so in the moment. And I think that's the key. The key is about being right there, right now, enjoying it, playing it to the hilt, rather than worrying about, am I going to fall, am I going to trip, am I going to win, am I going to lose, am I going to go home, whatever. It's about really being in the moment and enjoying yourself. I think for me, knowing that and experiencing it when I'm on stage or on ramp is the greatest time.
Oh, thank you. It's about living your flow, the mantra for this year with Liva as well. Please, anybody else with questions?
Hi,
Yes.
ma'am. So my question is for you. First of all, you look beautiful. And can we know 5 must-haves in your bag?
My bag? Thankfully, it's changed. I would have had to say earlier that it was diapers and the milk bottle, but that's changed a little bit, thank God. So today, I would say, well, my wallet, which contains obviously my ID cards, pictures of my family, money, credit cards, very important to have. My phone that I can't live without, like all of us. The house keys, because my husband and my daughter are both going to be asleep by the time I get home and there's no one to let me in. A great lipstick, I think. If nothing else is on your face, you just throw on a mouth, you can rule the world. And number 5.
Is there a hidden picture of me anywhere?
Of course, there's a picture of Natasha's. I carry it in a gilded gold frame in my handbag every day. It's a large picture, therefore I need a large
picture. Okay, thanks, Lara. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. My question is for Rohit sir. So what is the exact message you want to put across over youth with Miss Diva?
I think our partner's statement, live your flow, right? I mean, I know I'm not wanting to plug this as a sponsor, line, but the reality of it is, for us, in terms of if you look at what we try to put out there, I think you saw the 8 girls who walked the fashion week. I'm so proud of them in the sense of actually seeing them from where they came from and what they are today. That is what I would tell them. Just live your dream. When you see as an audience from outside, you see a very glamorous show. Trust me, even when I was not part of this, I used to look at it like that, oh, it's one more, glamour event. For me, one thing changed when I was in Guwahati, and there was this audition happening, and there's one girl who came, and she came from a community which does not allow women to be out there, right? And she was determined to be a model. She could speak only Hindi, and she came from over 160 kilometers from Guwahati. She traveled for 2.5 days to reach there, and because I think my team went and told her that you need to do some threading on her face and all that, poor thing was completely fully rashed. And we were doing an audition and we asked her, so what do you think it takes to become Miss Diva or Miss Universe or Lara, right? She said, determination, and I'm determined. So I said, you're a little heavy, you have to lose weight. Do you have a gym in your town? She said, sir, I come from a village, मैं खेतों में भाऊंगी. Now, for me, that I heard that and I said, now that is a dream. If somebody we can affect in a town which is really nowhere near to a metro, I think we're doing something right. You know, apart from the glamour, apart from all this, what you see in papers and, you know, social media and XYZ, the reality is that we are changing people's perception, lives bit by bit. And I think in the last so many years, as an organization, I think Lara, Priyanka, Sushmita, I mean, if I name people like them, I personally believe that we've really changed that ecosystem for them. And I think that's what we try to achieve.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for inspiring every woman.
Thank you.
And that is amazing.
Any other questions? Can we please pass the mic?
Before we have a question, guys, I just want to address something. So over the years, every year, right? It's been 19 years since we won a Miss Universe title. Over the years, I'm asked one question the most. What is it that we're lacking? Why isn't India winning anymore? What is it that the girls don't have? Why aren't we bringing a title back home? You know what, I just want to say, as a former pageant winner, as a former title holder, I think as a country we've lost perspective. We've completely lost perspective. We had a golden period between the years of 1992 and maybe 2000, where we had a spate of winners from India who won a lot of international titles. But we forgot that the forerunners to that, the girls who started placing in the contest way before you actually had a winner, girls like Madhu Sapre, like Manpreet Brar, that started making the top 3 in pageants, those are women that to me were my mentors. Those are the women that paved the way. And do you know why they paved the way? Because they broke stereotypes. Because they answered questions. If anybody remembers Madhu Sapre's answer to her question, what would she want to do? What would she want to change within her country? She wanted to build a sports stadium, guys. She wanted to change the sport infrastructure in this country. That is my role model. You know, so regardless of what our girls are doing, whether they're bringing home a title or not, slowly by slowly, every single Indian representative that we send is changing the entire graph, is changing the entire narrative of how international pageantry is run. She is rewriting the rules. She's standing up there and answering questions in Hindi, or she's answering it in her mother tongue because she feels that that's how she is more expressive. Very, very slowly, change is being driven all across the world because of women who are fearless to do it. And to me, that is the honest victory. That is the true victory. That is a victory in a truer sense, where it's not benefiting one woman who's going to win a title and change her life. It's benefiting a generation of women that will come after her. And it's not easy, guys. The entire requisite of what is required by an international pageant holder changes constantly. That entire canvas is constantly being painted by the international pageant world. So it's not as easy as, oh, you know, we're sending a beautiful girl, she's not confident enough, she doesn't speak well. Or that, oh, India's sending somebody, of course we're going to come back, it's easy peasy, it's like drinking a cup of tea. It's not. You're competing against hundreds of other countries. And yet every single contestant who has left our stage and gone on to compete has completely rewritten what the girl ahead of her has done. So I honestly urge us, I know the media is watching today. Today the game for these girls is finished before it's even begun. Why? Because of social media. Social media today is so influencing that before your candidate can even get to whichever country she's going to participate, has already decided whether she's a winner or she's not. And if you think that that's not influencing a panel of judges that are going to come out and see those girls for the first time and pick a winner, you're mistaken. So these girls are dealing with an environment today that never existed when you had that golden era of winners that took place. So for God's sakes, people, stand behind your girl. Give her your support. If she's on social media, follow her and show her love, because we're more often than not, there are too many people willing to tear you down than build you up. So that is an honest, earnest request. Please come stand behind your candidate.
Dude, that was, I'm getting goosebumps, Lara. Lara for the win. Really, thank you so much. And I think you just summed it up for us, really. That was amazing. That was amazing. Can we give another round of applause for that? That was kick-ass. Really, thank you. Thank you. Any other questions?
Hey, hi Lara, this is Hasdi from Bombay Times. What you just said was really inspiring for many. But a few minutes back you even said that this time you are looking in a girl break a girl who really breaks stereotypes. So can you be a little more specific? Because every girl is unique in their own ways.
For sure. So, and we want to celebrate that uniqueness. So the whole idea behind mentoring these girls, they go through the standard training regime, right? They're taught where they work with, with life coaches, they work with the best ramp coaches, walking coaches, they work with the best makeup artists. All of that is the standard practice that has to happen. That's the spit and polish, right? I think for me, at least in my endeavor, what I try to do is find the uniqueness in every girl and enhance that. So at the end of the day, on that final night, when you're picking 3 winners out of 20, the girls are playing from an even field, but then why do some of them stand out? Some of them stand out because of the individuals that they are. And the idea is finding that and giving them the confidence and the voice to be those individuals. So I want to break stereotypes. I don't want, I've said this in previous years as well, I don't want cookie cutter girls who want to come up on